It's an honor that I have the opportunity to introduce Nick Archer to the Michigan High School Soccer Coaches Hall of Fame. And to be honest, when I was able to gather all the things that Nick has accomplished, there's no way that I'll be able to share it all in the time that we have, but I'm going to try and give you the most important parts as we can. Coach Archer began his career both as a teacher and coach at East Lansing High School. Before that, he attended Michigan State University. Looks good there. They won national championships in 1967 and 68. In 1973, before many of us now coaching were even born, and I'm not saying you're old, Nick, he really, truly was a pioneer of the game and started the East Lansing High School program. In 1977, the boys became varsity status. He began that process again with the girls in 1984, and they became varsity in 1986. Coach Archer has continued to coach both the boys and girls until 2009, when he retired from the girls program. In all, if you put that all together, that's 64 total seasons, 39 years, 1,257 high school soccer games. Yeah. But this is not just about the longevity of his career. There's some talent there as well. So his teams have won an incredible 875 games. I wasn't going to put up the number you lost, that was Zach. That's a 77% win percentage. His teams have won 32 conference championships, 21 district championships, 11 regional championships. They've been in the state semifinal 7 times. They've won state runner-up twice, and they've won the state championship 3 times. Now, what's incredible, you don't have the dates, is the first championship they won, which I think was a district championship, was in 1981. And it's not just like he was good for a little bit, a couple good players. The last championship he won, this past fall. And to me, this shows a professional educator and coach who can stay current in his profession, who finds ways to connect, engage, and motivate the young people that he works with on a regular basis. In recognition of what Coach Archer has accomplished through his coaching, he's won numerous coaching awards, and again, I won't hit them all, but some of the big ones. He's been regional coach 11 times. He's been the Michigan High School Soccer Coaches Association coach 6 times. He's won numerous national coaching recognitions and has been the National Soccer Coaches Association Coach of the Year in the past. In his service to the soccer community, he was one of the founders of our association. He's worked closely on different boards. He's been a past president. He's worked with the MIHSSCA and probably countless committees in the Lansing area. Now, this most certainly is an amazing accomplishment, but it's only a fraction of what he has really done. Because as coaches, we sometimes get caught up in the wins and the trophies, but the reality is the impact that he's made on thousands of kids, not only on the soccer field, but also in his classroom. And to speak to that, I'd like to bring up Coach Jeff Lyon.
Supported by his immediate family, starting with his wife Lynn, his kids, and now his grandkids, has extended into our community. The soccer family has thousands of former players, parents who continue to support each other in countless ways. State championships are special memories, but Archer did not need to win any of those to demonstrate the strength of the East Lansing soccer family. This community is showing its appreciation this fall when we name our soccer complex after Nick Archer. So if you're coming this fall to East Lansing, prepare to come to Archer Stadium, or as I'm sure the kids will nickname it, the Arch. So it's my pleasure to introduce the patriarch of East Lansing soccer and an inductee to the inaugural class of 2013 Michigan High School Coaches Hall of Fame, Mr. Nick Archer.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. I mean, where else can you be and feel comfortable when you're with a bunch of soccer people? So it should be a nice. Congratulations to the other honorees. I know the quality programs that you've built. And it's amazing what you've done. Scott, Dave Beckers, I haven't played against those guys of over the 100 and some odd teams that we played against. But your reputation and what I seen when I was on the sideline watching the different tournaments and things was something else. Congratulations to you, along with Tim, Terry, and Paul, who I have played against. And it's an experience. I mean, those guys are a legend, and I'm honored actually to be up here with those young. You guys are all pioneers in soccer, we all started together. So, thank you very much for being in that group. I guess any soccer program that wants to reach its maximum potential needs several ingredients. They need a strong family, they need a community support behind them, and they need good people around them, their coaches. I've been fortunate to have all three. About 45 years ago, I met on a college campus, I met a woman who changed my life, and she's still with me. She's amazing. Every home has to have the rock. And Lynn, you're the rock. Of all the things you put up with, I know it hasn't been easy, but you're amazing. And I'm in love with you today as I was back then. Now, because we're married, we had 2 kids. Okay, that's pretty good. My son Steve, not able to be here tonight, he's out in Seattle. My daughter, both who I'm very proud of. I had the opportunity and the fortunate to have my daughter play and was in the program. And I've been proud of her ever since she came along. She's an amazing young lady. She met a young man, my son-in-law Nate, and now I have 2 sons, which is really neat. They have 3 little children: Grace, Grace, Paige, Becky, and Brogan are over there. As I call them, Googie 1, Googie 2, and Googie 4. Now, Googie 4 can't be 3 because he's 4, so celebrate. And if you ever had the experience that I've had, some days you're out on the field, they come to all of our games just about, especially the home games. And, you have these games, no offense, but some days the referees forget their glasses. The other team take you to school, and your team, you don't know who they are. Nothing worked that day. So they got to go off. All right, so you walk off the field, but then here comes your family's there to support you. And 3 young ones are there, they don't care. They just know you're their papa, and hey, let's go have fun. Okay. So it really puts things in perspective. I've been real fortunate, and I invited several of my coaching staff with me. They're extremely talented, they're knowledgeable, they work well with kids, which is important. And they do an excellent job, and they've been with me for over 13, 14 years. Now, to have the same staff that long, I mean, we didn't have to talk, we just knew what each other's doing. So, I know one of the young guys came and said, I don't know how you guys did it, I don't know what you're doing. You don't say anything, but you know what's going on. Well, that's, because we work well together, and I'm proud of the years that we've had together. We have a couple guys that invited tonight. I'm sorry, Henry. Who is one of those guys? Henry Rojas, we just mentioned him earlier. His wife, Marcia, who's also now a Trojan fan after she left home. We have Abu Togi, and Abu, it's been a long time, 1976. And Jeff, thank you for that fine introduction. Thank you very much. It's nice. And I have 2 guys that kind of came and went, but I found that in life I learned from everyone, and I learned some pretty neat things. Sam Harari and Alan Zacharias came and were with us for a short time, and now they're off doing their things other places. Jeff met the young guys, John Pizanis, Scott Lokowski. They were able to be here. Zach Curtis was supposed to be here, but of course there was a communication gap, and he lost his ride someplace. But these guys, they've gone through the program. They know what's important. And they reached the highest level, whether they're in high school. And so, they went on to play a little bit more, but, they're gone to the Dream Team, state championship. And they did it the right way. They did it with respect for their opponents, and they did it keeping things in balance. So thank you guys for coming here tonight. The guy at the camera over here someplace, hey Larry. Larry, a parent, he's got 2 boys that go through the program. He's a very supportive parent. And for the last 10 years, every kid that's come through our program as a senior has gotten a highlight video DVD tape of the season with them on it and all their teammates. I mean, I've always marveled at what a keepsake that is. I don't know if we had film when I was playing, but I would sure like to have something like that there. So thank you very much. That's amazing, the hours that you put in there to do that. So I've been a pretty lucky guy. The neat part, I guess, is because you've been around a long time. I see the executive board here with the guys that run the association now. And I remember in 1970, I was talking to Paul. I think, Paul, maybe you and I were the only guys that went to that first coaches meeting. I think we had it so we could put a state tournament together. Oh, yeah. Little do we know how far it would go. But we had our first meeting over at MSU, Amarillo Building, in 1976, something like that, 77. They kind of go together. But the association has really come a long way. It's amazing if you have my perspective looking back and seeing it. So, the way to go. And we talked about the growth of soccer. Well, yeah, it's really grown. I think there's only a few teams around when we started, or when I started. And I remember going to some places, and before the game, you have to meet with the other referee. No, not the other referee. The other coach. And decide, well, what are we doing? How long are we playing? We going to USSA? We going FIFA? We going MIHSSCA? What are we really playing? Or are we doing the house rules? You can call timeout when you want to, I know the referee, so, too bad for you. There was unique, but it was a good time, good experience. We went back, so they were fun. They were fun years. I guess they also wanted you to say something about coaching while we're up here. I can't, what do you say to people who've been coaching all their life? But two things that kind of stood out in my mind was try to understand your player, guide those players, help them take ownership of the team, because once they do, you got a different ballgame there. They support each other, and they know that they have responsibilities. Years ago, I've learned from watching the kids. I had a young lady, she was just on a team, in our early years, but she liked the other players and had a good time. We went out and played a game out someplace like that. And at halftime, I says, "Hey, Andrew, that outside net is really taking advantage." Now, Andrew didn't play much soccer. And so it really probably wasn't high on her priority, but, we gave soccer. She says, "Coach, you really don't understand." I said, "What don't I understand, Andrew?" He says, "She lost her boyfriend. She doesn't have a date to prom." Okay. Well, make a long story short, we straightened Andrea out, but my eyes up too, that, they're not always where we think they are. Obviously. But anyway. The other thing is help the kids to learn, show them, you're a role model, you enjoy the game, that's why you're there. To go for the enjoyment of the game, not the end results. The challenge of the game. It's not where you end up, it's what you do trying to get there. You don't always get where you think you're going to go. But trying to get there is what the enjoyment is for us. So, for me, it's been a good journey, and I hope that your game and your journey has been as enjoyable as mine throughout the years that I've played. So, thank you very much.